Long live the king of pop. Hello and welcome to Mikey's Film Corner. I'm your host, Mikey. This is going to be the most controversial film review I think I've ever done. And I say that kind of more often than I should, but this really might be the most controversial one. Today we're going to be talking about the biggest biopic I think that's ever been created. Michael, aka the Michael Jackson biopic. Spoilers ahead for the movie we're going to talk about today. And if you still haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend seeing it. Now, if you don't like Michael Jackson, this movie is not for you. I'm just going to tell you that now. Most of the critics that have seen this movie seem to not like the movie because they find it boring, safe, or sanitized. Tell me how the opening of this movie is safe. Tell me how the opening of this movie is safe. Because it is not. What delusional fantasy are you living in? Half the critics don't know what they're talking about, so I'm only going to say this once and only once. The critics cannot sway my opinion to this movie. I had waited years and years for a Michael Jackson movie to come out. Or even just a sequel to Moonwalker. Because Moonwalker is just a strange movie. But I'm glad that we have a biopic, because I've wanted a Michael Jackson biopic for a long time. I've listened to every single album of his. And I'm the MJ fan who will say this. All of his 70s work, from Gotta Be There to Ben to Forever Michael to Off the Wall, are all masterpieces. Forever Michael is kind of underrated. It's got themes that would eventually be played in the later works of Michael's. Ben is a phenomenal song, and it's probably my favorite. I mean, it's about a dead rat, but it's probably the best sounding Michael song of the 70s. It got him a Golden Globe and got him nominated for an Oscar, even though it's not really his, it's the songwriters, but whatever. I count it as a Michael Jackson Oscar nod. And even just Gotta Be There is a great song. It had like Rockin' Robin, I think, in that album. Like, that's crazy. Michael Jackson has so many like unreleased demos. Even the demos are just as good. His back catalog is ridiculous. It's insane. So, with the music that we have today, anyone can be a big music artist like Bad Bunny, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Kanye, or just Ye. They can be as big of a deal as Michael, but they can never reach that stardom. Never. They will never be on that pedestal. Michael paved the way for all those people I mentioned in so many ways. Michael was a pioneer in the music industry, and his impact will never, ever be forgotten. Now, when the Prince movie comes out, we might have a conversation about that, because I do want that Prince biopic. That would be sick. Now, in terms of a movie, is it boring? No. There are moments where it feels slow, but I think that was made on purpose. Like, his life kind of plays in slow motion. So many things happened that next minute you're like, why is it suddenly a slow burn? This movie isn't meant to be a fast-paced biopic. Some biopics tend to suffer from pacing, like Bohemian Rhapsody or the Elvis movie. With both great movies, it's just editing and pacing issues really screw the movie up a little bit. Or both those movies. Like, I don't know much about Rocket Man, but I've heard it's probably really amazing. I gotta watch that. But in terms of, like, the three that I'm aware of, the three big ones, like this one, Elvis, and Bohemian Rhapsody, I mean, this is the best one I've seen. I mean, like, of any musician, this is the best one. And it's the one that I was the biggest fan of. Like, I've been a Michael Jackson fan since I was a kid. So, listening to those songs again, like Thriller and Beat It, it brought me back to, like, my childhood watching those music videos in front of my own eyes. Like, it felt like a rush of adrenaline hit my brain and watching Michael's life happen in front of my own eyes. Whatever you think of him, you can't deny the sound design, the camera work, even just the slightly better editing than the other biopics I mentioned. Somebody said it feels like a greatest hits album in movie form, which I don't think is entirely true. I think there's stuff that maybe some people didn't know about, and that's just kind of a rough stretch of anything. But if you wanted to see Michael Jackson in movie form, his nephew Jafar literally turned into Michael Jackson. Halfway through the movie, I don't think I was watching Jafar on screen. I think I was watching Michael literally in front of my own eyes. It was crazy. Like, Coleman Domingo as well, phenomenal actor, deserves an Oscar nomination. Jafar and Coleman deserve some kind of recognition for their acting in this movie. Both of them. Nia Long, I think she did pretty solid, I think, as Catherine, Michael's mom. The siblings, all the Jacksons, did pretty well. You forgot about Reby and Janet. Almost said Latoya, but Latoya's in the movie. But you forgot about Reby and Janet. Interesting choice. Also, you didn't really mention Randy, though he was on screen. But just thought I'd point out. They did mention that Jermaine was in Motown, though. He stayed in Motown after the Jacksons went to Epic. I do want to point that out. But yeah, no. The movie's phenomenal. I mean, what do you want me to say? I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. Like, this was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. This could make upwards to $1 billion at the box office. And if it doesn't, I'd be shocked. I'd be honest to God shocked. Giving it a 10 out of 10. I think it's one of the best biopics I've ever seen in my entire life. And yeah, I'm curious what part 2 is going to be. Part 2 is going to be very intense, though. Yeesh. If they even do a part 2, but they should. They should do a part 2. Like, my God, this movie was a spectacle. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to smash the like button and smash that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video.